guys, bear with me for just a minute. I'm going to change shoes and we'll come out and start a new video. Spray some off on myself and then I'll show you what we're going to do today. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. What we're doing now is, in the last video, I talked about having to carry water to all the trees and flowers that we had planted. So we went to a local airport and got 2 of these 30-gallon barrels, and they have the caps on them. So what we're doing is, in one of the caps, we're putting a faucet, and the other one we're going to use to fill it, and we're going to use ammonia to, I forget the technical term, but to deactivate whatever's been in here, and it's not a chemical that would possibly kill our plants. So that's what we're doing right now. Brandon has the first one done already, and he's putting the water and the ammonia in it, and we have to let it set for about an hour. And once we get it all rinsed out, we'll put it in the back of the Ranger, and I'll show y'all how it's going to work as we drive it around the ranch and water everything. So, free, and all of the supplies to do it was under $20, and that's including the ammonia. So, a water tank online would cost you anywhere from $50 to $200 depending on the size and how technical you wanted it to be. But we just need something that's going to be easy for us to water, especially me, because carrying 5-gallon buckets of water gets pretty tedious after a while. So for under $20, we're going to have 60-gallon water barrels that we can put in the Ranger, and I can water several days from that without having to carry anything around. So we're going to get this one done, deactivate it, and let them sit. And while that's going on, I'm going to finish painting some crates that we're using for organization in tiny house. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, we have gotten both of the barrels done. Less than $20. Barrels were free. $20 included all the hardware and the ammonia. And I was Brandon's watering our crepe myrtles right now that are up by the garden. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of what the flower bed and the garden looks like right now. So we got all the mulch put in the bed by the elephant ears. I got this cute little rooster at Tractor Supply. It was on clearance for under $20, and I had a 10% off coupon. And so we've got the mulch in the bed with the elephant ears, and it looks really good. I love the black mulch. And Brandon and I got this yesterday. I don't know the technical term for it, but it's one of those little spinny things. And it looks really cute. And we got all of the trees out of the planters. Those are the ones that we planted back behind his granny's house. So we've got the garden. We cut it down a lot because a lot of the stuff wasn't producing. Our work schedule's been crazy and we didn't have time to weed it properly and do the things we need to do. But we now know what we need to do for next year to make it better. So we've got some tomatoes here, and we thought we bought all big tomato plants, but some of these, only 2 of them ended up being big, and all the rest of them are Tommy Toe or whatever you want to call them. They're not Romas, but we'll put these in the kitchen window. And there's the peas. And let me check the zucchini, because I think there was one zucchini that was left. I was waiting to grow. And it's squishy in the middle, so this one's probably not going to make it, but I'll leave it on there a couple more days just so we can see how it turns out. And sunflowers at the back and the peas. While Brandon's watering, I'm going to take you on over to the orchard area that I talked about before. There's one of the kitties. So we have back here the large apple tree that Lane bought us as a housewarming gift. And you can see the distance from the orchard area all the way over there. You can see the red barrels. That's where the water faucet is. So I didn't want a bunch of hoses across because that just didn't work. So I've been carrying 5-gallon buckets of water every day. So we have the apple tree, and then this is a blueberry bush, and this is another apple tree. This is a red delicious, and the one that Lane got us is a yellow delicious. So working on that, and all of this was all rough. We cleaned that up some. So what I was saying was, we cleaned all of this up. There's a bunch of different flowers that bloom in early spring here, and they had all died. So we cleaned this up, and Brandon mowed all of this down. So here's what we call the orchard, and there's a little kitty, and then there's the garden, and all the way over there by the elephant ears is where the water hose is. And once we get in the Ranger, I can walk around and show you where the other trees are. But right now we're going to let the barrels soak with the ammonia in them so we can deactivate all the chemicals. And I'm going to put a coat of paint on the crates for tiny house, because we're using them for storage inside the back door. And once we get that done, we'll have another look and see what's going on. Stick around. Hey guys, so I always talk about how I like to save money, and these crates were $12 at Walmart, and I have 3 more in the house. So we're painting these, and I'm gonna use them. When I did the first tour of Tiny House, I pointed out how there was a good space. Oh shoot, I dropped my paintbrush. How there was a good space inside the back door. So if everything goes okay today, I'm probably gonna do a tour inside Tiny House, how it is now that we live there. So this is what I'm working on right now, is the crates. Hey Logan. And this deck where all the implements are used to be the deck where Brandon's brother had his dog kennels. So we moved it over here so we could keep all the implements in one place and up off the ground so they're easier to load onto the tractor. So painting these, and then once we get the water barrels loaded, we'll come over here and water all these trees that we have planted. So everyone say hi to Logan. Logan! Hey pretty kitty. So we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll take y'all on a tour of the ranch. We have both tanks full in the back of the Ranger, and this is the first tree. I believe this is one of the oak trees that we moved to the back side of the property. So I'll show you while it's watering this one, because we didn't get to water yesterday or day before. I think this is a 20-foot hose. And we've got our free 30-gallon barrels. And I just put this bucket in here so it would keep everything in place. Sorry, I got the camera turned the wrong way. Okay, so free barrels, hardware, and the ammonia we got to deactivate everything, and the hoses. We had like 10 hoses from last year because we burned a lot of stuff, and had a bunch of hoses that we were dragging out all along the property. So for less than $20 versus what could have potentially been $200 or more dollars, we have 60 gallons of water that we can drive around the property and take care of all of our trees. Hey guys, we're back at DSB Ranch, and this is going to be the last part of today's video. We're going to do a tour inside Tiny House. So I'm going to flip you around and we're going to go through everything how it is now. We've been living here almost 2 months. It's 1 week away from 2 months. So we've got everything moved in. Everything's unpacked. We found some things that weren't working for us and we've readjusted everything. So I'm going to give you a tour and we'll look over all the things that we've reused, repurposed, things that we've bought on sale, because, you know, that's kind of my thing. So I'm going to flip you all around and we're going to look through everything. Okay, we'll start. This is the right side of the door, and we knew when we were getting a tiny house that we were not going to need much furniture. So this is one chair for a guest, but due to coronavirus, we haven't had any visitors. And a lot of our friends and family just say, hey, I really want to come see your tiny house, but nobody's come. So we have a love seat with recliners, and we have, that's an Ashley TV stand, and it was on sale for like $100 off, and then we got an extra 20% off. Those are just some little frames I got from Dollar General, and there's a picture of my dad and my niece in there, and then Titus, Trina, and Buttercup, and then me and Brandon. And our little mail thing where we hang all of our keys, a calendar, and then this is a table I got from one of my cousins, and Brandon and I repainted it. And this is a little, it says our adventure fund, so I put all the change. I don't like to carry change in there. So there's the love seat. And we don't have an ice maker here, so we usually buy a bag or two of ice before we come home and put it in that cooler. And this is the table and chairs I got from Hobby Lobby. Of course, it was on sale and I had a coupon. A little basket for my blankets. And we brought our old TV, so we didn't have to buy a TV. And this is just a quick, Brandon's not really happy with this corner, but it is what it is. So there's the safe where we have important things, and just a little shoe rack where we can put our shoes as we come in the door. And I already had that frame there. And this is a little desk I got at an antique store. It's got my school bag, and in this bag I have my tripod for when I'm filming and all of my DSB Ranch stickers. And this is a curio cabinet that I purchased used off of Facebook, and Brandon and I painted it so it would fit the house better. And it's even got a little light in it, and I don't turn it on very often because it gets pretty hot. But this is where we have Trina, Gwenny, and Titus's ashes. And then our awards from the Star of Life. Turn this light light off. Okay, and this is the little island that I bought online. I got it from someone on Facebook Marketplace, and it was black, and we repainted it. And I talked in the first tour about how even though it's a tiny house, it's a lot more usable space than we're used to in the house that we lived in previously. The house that we lived in previously was built in the 1940s, and there wasn't enough outlets, there wasn't enough space, usable space really. So what's really neat about having this island here is I was able to put all of our silverware and knives in here, and this is just like our little pantry, and we keep our protein bars and snacks here. And so things we use the most, dish towels. Okay guys, so I thought instead of editing out what just happened, I would just explain a little bit. So I was going over what I keep in the drawers, and Brandon said pause. So I'm sure you've noticed the ambulance in the background of some of the videos that we filmed outside. And for those of you that don't know Brandon and I personally, he's the manager and I'm the assistant manager of Pafford EMS in Marianna and Helena. So what just happened was there was a crew going on a call, and they called Brandon, and we went to go assist them. So that's over now, and we're back home. So I'm going to get back to the video. I've changed clothes. So what we were talking about just a minute ago was how our previous home did not have a lot of good usable space. And even though tiny house is smaller, it has a lot more usable space. So pot holders, things we don't use every day are in there. I can't get the door shut, so I think I've got something in there. Okay, yeah. So things we don't use every day are in there, and all of the spices and things are there, and tomatoes here. So that is our one lonely watermelon. We thought that all the plants had died, and when we went to mow the garden down, we found that one watermelon. So I got this, I think, at Hobby Lobby. I'm not for sure. But we had one of these when I was growing up, and it had always had onions and potatoes and things in it. So I really liked that, and when I saw it, I really wanted it. And this is a Scentsy warmer, and my friend JJ sells all things Scentsy, and we keep that going. And even though this is just one cabinet, like, this is enough for me and Brandon. So we have our cups and bowls and plates, and that's it. You know, we don't need a whole lot. Full-size refrigerator, but like I said, it does not have an ice maker in it, so that's why we have this cooler here. And then 3 cabinets here. This is my crock pot and Instapot, and then storage containers, and then our trash can is in there. So it's really neat that our trash can, I was able to find a space for it that didn't have to sit out. But this is a view of the living room and kitchen from the hallway. So it looks a lot different now that we have furniture in it compared to when it was still on the lot and I did a video, and then I did a video here before the electricity and everything is turned on. So I'm going to turn it down and go on down the hallway, and there's not much more to see. This is the little storage area that I put together. So when we got this, I knew that there would be usable space there. And so basically just what's there's some canned cat food, and then Brandon's charger for his drill and things like that, and then shoes that we can throw on quick if we need to, and then that's a bag of dog treats. I just keep that there because if I walk out and I like feed the cats, I'll take the dogs a treat too. My dad made that rooster for us. Let's see if I turn this off and turn this. Hold on just a second. Okay, so my dad made that rooster for us, and it hung in our kitchen, and now it holds all of our hats and things like that. So Brandon uses this when he's mowing, and I've started wearing this around my waist because I keep my chapstick and my phone in it while I'm outside. So here's the little shelf. It's just 4 crates from Walmart that we primered and painted. So we'll go around the corner here, and this is Jane's room. Hey Jane. So for those of you that may not know Jane, Jane is our oldest bully. She turned 11 last month, and she is on 2 medications twice a day for her arthritis and her thyroid. So this is her room, and we have central heat and air, but bullies do tend to get hot. So we have a fan here too. And I'm just going to go through her room real quick. This is just some of our dog and cat supplies. We don't use all this stuff every day, but it was stuff that we had and I wanted to keep. And it's just kind of necessary for preventative maintenance and things like that. This is a painting of Gwenny that my friend Brooke did. And then this is a painting of Trina that my friend Brooke did. So those are 2 very important things to me, and I just love them. So this is our deep freeze, and we probably could have had room for it in the kitchen, but that's not really where I wanted it. So there's room for it in here, and because we get a butcher box, and we plan to, when we have chickens, do meat chickens. So we have space for that. Let me just go over Jane's area. This is an outdoor rug from Walmart. It was like $25. And her kennel, that's a 4x4 kennel that it was a gazebo original design from Tractor Supply. And we used it as a whooping box whenever we had puppies. And on top of the outdoor rug is a stall mat. Hey Jane. And on top of that is her blanket. So everyone say hi to Jane. Yeah, hey girl. So anyway, we'll go back over this corner, and I showed y'all the closet before, and basically it's just things that we need, not on a daily basis, but it's stuff that I don't want to put in mini storage or in our shed out here because it would get too hot and dirty and it wouldn't be healthy. So this is just cat food, and we have those barrels outside, but I feed the cats on the front porch, so I just have that there. And then these are dog biscuits, so I can just grab them as I go outside. So just a quick look of the closet. I know it looks kind of jumbled, but this is all stuff that we might need but don't necessarily need it every day, or want to have it in the shed. So there's the broom and our luggage, and this is all my hair cutting supplies, and then extra rugs for the floor and towels and blankets for Jane. And then that's just some extra, that's stuff that we would use on vacation. And then my extra, that one container is fingernail polish and stuff like that. So this is usable space. It's just stuff we don't use every day, but doesn't necessarily need to be outside. And the vacuum cleaner stays in Jane's room, and that was like less than $50 at Walmart, but it works really well for us, and it's small enough I can just pull it out and vacuum the whole house in less than 10 minutes and be done. So anyway, everybody say bye to Jane. Bye Jane. And I'm gonna pause for a second and we'll go check out the bathroom, and that's going to be the end of the video. So here's the bathroom, and we went with a gray and white design, I guess you could say. This was mine from when I was in the 4th grade. We painted it in Vacation Bible School, and I'd saved mine, so it's really good. We can hang our towels or pajamas and stuff up there. And that's just a shelf we got from Amazon, and that came from Hobby Lobby, and both of those came from Hobby Lobby. And back to usable space. Our old bathroom had one outlet, and it was attached to the light fixture, and the closet was built up against it, so there was no outlet in the bathroom. So here, I'm really excited that I actually have a usable outlet, because I have the Scentsy going when we're at home, and then I can actually blow dry and straighten my hair. And that's the gist of the bathroom. So full-size washer and dryer, and then toilet paper, paper towels, and in the 31 totes are just extra shampoo, hair supplies, deodorant, things like that. And then our uniform shirts are white, so we've got peroxide and stain remover and things like that. And these are just extra towels that we might need to use on the animals or outside. Then we got our light bulbs, just regular everyday stuff that doesn't need to be like down where we can get to it all the time. Thanks for tagging along, and make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, and I guess that's it for today. So y'all have a good night and be safe out there.